Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bill Levinson. I am back once again. This is the second part of our double header webinar series this week. So I want to truly thank you for your time, especially when we have two webinars like this on a Tuesday and Wednesday on the same week. So we appreciate you spending this afternoon with us, and our goal on every webinar is to make sure you walk away with some great information to help your business. Okay, so we have some great new stuff to talk about, as always. Insure Me Now Direct, okay, otherwise known as Sell While You Sleep. So first off, I just want to clarify a couple things. Sell While You Sleep and Insure Me Now Direct, same exact thing. Sell While You Sleep is the marketing name when we are marketing this platform to agents, and what you should be using when you're maybe speaking to your downline agents, if you have anyone in your hierarchy, and if you don't, now with this platform, it's a great time to start recruiting. So Sell While You Sleep is basically the internal name, and then the retail-facing version is Insure Me Now Direct. So when you're out marketing this to consumers in your network, it's Insure Me Now Direct. Okay, so I want to talk about just a couple things before we jump in here. First off, this is a great opportunity for any agent out there in the field, okay? If you're an insurance agent today, there is no reason why you shouldn't have your Insure Me Now Direct platform up and running, okay? Along with your website, which, by the way, we give you those for free. Unless you have one already, that's fine too. We simply plug in to Insure Me Now Direct. So your clients, friends, neighbors, your network can go on your site, they can run quotes. If they like what they see, they can apply online. And with most products, there's an instant decision, okay? We even have some guaranteed issue products. So there is no reason to not have this up and running. There's no gray area. There's no commission reduction. There's no charge for the platform. There is simply no reason to not have this up and running. And to simplify this whole technology world for you, okay, I don't care if you're 17 or 82, everybody knows what Amazon is today. Okay, and Amazon, for me at least, is the new way to shop. Okay, I know I can go on the platform, Amazon, as soon as we hang up this webinar, and I can buy a new pair of gym shorts, a new tennis hat, a new racket, balls, dog food, anything from any different providers or manufacturers, all on one platform. Okay, it's very simple. Well, this is the same exact concept, but with insurance products, okay? And like it or not, okay, especially when you're dealing with the younger generation, I would say, you know, anyone from 18 to 45 or even in their 50s, even early 60s, they want to do business like this for the convenience. Okay, they want to be able to go on your website and run a quote and apply online without ever even talking to an agent. That's just the new way to buy insurance, okay? And I'm not saying for the $2 million IUL case, no, it's not going to be sold like this. But for a small term policy, critical illness, disability, and accident plan, this is the way to go, and this is how people want to do business now. And you can fight it and say, oh, no, there's no way. I still need to meet my clients at Starbucks. Well, for a $22 a month case, if you want to go drive an hour and hopefully they show up on time, you know, good luck. But this is much easier where you simply email them a link and say, click on this or call me when you get the link and we can do it together. It makes your life so much easier. I can't even tell you in words, okay? So just think along those lines. And by the way, when you're hearing this, Joe, can you mute all lines, please? There's a little background noise. Okay, and think about this too. You know, when we're talking about, yeah, somebody goes to your website and they click and buy a product, yes, that's great. But, you know, the $1 million question is, Bill, that sounds great, but how do I drive traffic to my website? Okay, so there's a couple things I want you to think about. You can write down some of these notes, or we even have a question box in the panelist or guest little invitation there. You'll see it on the right-hand side typically. Make sure you have a clean piece of paper too. Title it Insure Me Now Direct Notes, because I want you to be able to go back and use this so you can build out this platform. Okay, so when you're listening to us speak about this and you're saying, yes, I want to know how to drive traffic, and yes, you want to be able to drive traffic, and we even have videos and CRM tools and e-blast that we put together. It's already built for you to co-brand. Yes, that's great, and I want you to start to think like that. But the second part is think along these lines. Even if you're sitting there face-to-face with a client, maybe you're selling a health insurance policy. Okay, there's open enrollment now. Or maybe it's an IUL estate planning sale. Whatever the case is, that's great. But there's nothing wrong with taking out your iPad or your laptop or your desktop and turning the screen around and saying, oh, by the way, did you ever think about, critical illness or disability or an accident plan or dental vision, okay? And if they say, oh, yeah, I need a policy. I never even thought about that. You can run a quote in front of them and click the Apply Now button and literally fill out the e-app with them. It takes a few minutes. Most of these products are instant decision, and the policy gets sent directly to your client. So yes, you can do this through driving traffic to your website, which is great, but you can also do this face-to-face. And also, the last way, if you're selling over the phone, okay, think about this. You can run quotes online for them, right? You can email the client the link to sign up. The client fills out the app. They can do it with you on the phone, instant decision, and boom, you're done. You just made a new sale. It's so simple, okay? And so when you're thinking about this, think along these lines, okay? If you're face-to-face, through email, maybe on a webinar like this, if you have traffic going to your site and you want to use maybe an incentive to drive the traffic, that works also. If you know any health insurance agencies, call centers, P&C agencies, banks, associations, okay, we can co-brand your platform. We can have an association use this for all of their members. And then you use the scholarship program or Legacy Armor platform as a free incentive just by going on the association website, we'll call it, okay? We just had the State of Kentucky Bankers Association sign up for the platform because they want to use this in all of their branches or banks in the state of Kentucky. And the main purpose was when they have, let's say, a loan customer on the other side of the desk, they want to make sure their loan's protected up to $150,000, and they can literally have the client fill out the e-app for our Lightning Term product, and boom, the bank's covered, client's happy. It's a win-win across the board. So, and also think about this, full commissions and renewals, just like as if you were face-to-face. So there is no gray area here. There's so many different ideas that we can share, but I want you to start thinking along these lines and jot down any possible networks or ideas that you have so you can start talking about this. We even put together a 2-minute video we're going to show everybody in just a couple minutes. And what we can do, you can use this video to start marketing it to everybody you know on your social media pages, on your website, through your network, whatever the case is. And then we can even co-brand the last page of the video to include your name, picture, logo, phone number, website, so you can start driving traffic today. So really, really cool stuff. All right, let's move forward here, Joe. So, this has been a dream come true for me and our whole team here at Levinson and Associates. And the reason why, I'm going to point this out real quick. So in the IMO space, okay, there's a lot of changes going on, okay? And yes, you're hearing about these direct-to-consumer agencies. You're hearing about these IMOs that now have literally agents working in their office selling on a retail level. In my opinion, if you're an IMO, you cannot be selling directly to clients. That's a conflict of interest, and it's unethical. It doesn't work. Because if you're the agent, you're sending your applications to this IMO to process, knowing there's an employee in that same office that's selling to the same pool of clients that you're trying to sell to, that doesn't work. That's a conflict. So we are 100% D2A, which is direct to agents. It was our dream to build this so you can go direct to consumer. There's also a lot of these MLM groups that are out there right now. And there's a lot of IMOs out there that are being acquired by these MLM groups. So the point is, have your eyes open, ask the right questions, and most important, you need to be comfortable knowing that we are family owned and operated since 1972, and it's our goal to make sure our agents are equipped with the best technology and platforms to sell more insurance products, period. And that's why we built this Insure Me Now Direct platform. But make sure you're asking the right questions, and most important, make sure your IMO or GA isn't selling out of the back door, because it's a major conflict. So anyway, with this big dream of ours, it's been going on now for 10 years. Okay, 7 years ago, we put the plan in force, and we today have 4 carriers that are on the platform with over 12 products. Our main carrier is SureBridge, and we actually have Seth, our VP at SureBridge, that's joining us, and he's going to dive into, I believe there's 8 products, some guaranteed issue, simplified issue. He's going to show everyone how to understand, how to market and sell the products, and what their niche is. Okay, so great stuff. This is our press release that was just launched through our local Channel 7 news outlet. As you can read the top there, PSG, along with Levinson, rolls out a revolutionary consumer insurance buyers portal for all agents. Notice that last line there, for all agents, okay? Most important, we do not ever sell direct to consumer. So that's important for you all to know. Okay, let's move to the next slide here. This was Insurance Newsnet. I think it's important that everybody sees what's going on out there in the industry, what we're doing here at Levinson to help our agents. This is the tech guide. It's an annual special edition in the Insurance Newsnet magazine. On the left side, they talk about the new insurance platform. Insure Me Now Direct gets rave 5-star reviews. That's a great article by Paul Feldman, the owner, and it talks all about our platform. On the right side, that's our Legacy Armor platform. Okay, that's like the online safe deposit box that gives you an opportunity to enroll your clients for free just by setting up an appointment with you. And it's a very secure vault where they can keep all of their important information, including life insurance, annuities, investment products, last wishes, maybe pictures of holiday dinners with the family. Maybe they want to attach a document that talks about the pot of gold buried under my second home in Colorado, and here's the address. So when that client or insured passes on, their beneficiaries have full access to the vault, so they know where everything is and what passwords they need and what special directions that insured wants them to have upon their death. Okay, so this is freaking awesome, and it's another way to drive traffic to you to set up the appointment. And then every time they go in to make a change, they see your name, logo, and phone number forever. Okay, so just think about the opportunities there. On the bottom right corner, that is the first life settlement hub. Now, we are launching this to all Levinson agents for free, and it's basically any existing UL whole life term policies that you have that, that your clients have that maybe they don't need anymore. Okay, and maybe they're over 65, they're not healthy anymore. Maybe they can't afford the premium. Whatever the case is, we can have an offer to you in a few days. So that's another great opportunity to go back to your existing book of business and dig up some great life settlement opportunities, which are going to help your client and help you, and obviously help everyone, all the above. So that's a no-brainer as well. Okay, let's move on to the next slide here. This is the new video that we just put together, and we're very excited about this. And the reason why, because it explains Insure Me Now Direct in a nutshell in less than 2 minutes. And like I said, we can co-brand the last page for you. So this is what you're going to market to all prospects, leads, friends, neighbors, everybody you know, or even downline agents that you want them to have access to the platform. Joe, let's start this. Turn up your speakers, everyone. I want you to hear this. Pay attention. You'll be able to market the same thing as soon as this afternoon. Joe? Okay, good stuff. Joe, can we go back to that slide right before the video? I just want to touch on one thing. Okay, so the point behind that video, again, is very easy to understand marketing. Okay, think convenience. Think the younger generation. Now, when you're explaining what this product is and what the client can do, obviously people can get a little bit lost in the shuffle. So the video, I think, explains it to a T. Okay, so that video is free for all of our Levinson agents. And then if you want to customize that last page where we can co-brand it, okay, the tech vendor charges $15, which is nothing. Okay, so if you want it customized, just let us know. You'll have to send us your info and we can get that done in a couple days, actually in 24 hours. It's pretty quick. So just let us know if you're interested. Driving traffic. Now, I've spoken about this 2 or 3 times already on today's call. That's the $1 million lottery ticket, right? How do we drive traffic to our site? So, you know, we put together a bunch of marketing pieces. We have our video. By the way, we have an agent video if you want to use it to recruit agents. And then we have the consumer video, which is what you just saw. Also, what we're doing in the background, okay, you've probably heard about this Ladder Life and Ethos, and there's Policy Genius. There's a few direct-to-consumer agencies that are out there now. The main difference, and I think this is a huge differentiator, okay, they're out there, especially Ethos and Ladder Life, they're marketing one product for everyone. One carrier, one product for everyone they're marketing to. So think about this huge pool, literally millions and millions of potential prospects. One product is not going to fit all. It's not a one-size-fits-all theory here, as we know. So we said, you know what? We have 4 carriers and over 12 products, and we're going to market to that same exact pool. So that, to me, just within itself, is the best feather in our cap, because now we have all types of products. We even added a 4th carrier and 3 more products that are coming within the next month. So anyway, I just want you to see why the excitement and why we know when we stand behind this and have invested our own dollars into this platform. What we're also doing is we're marketing the Insure Me Now direct platform, okay, through social media. We have certain cable commercials, radio spots, XM satellite. You're going to start to hear the name. And the point is we're going to drive traffic to InsureMeNowDirect.com. And then when a prospect goes in and they click Start Your Journey, they have to put their name, email, phone number. We're going to send that lead to the closest agent that's in the platform, that's enrolled in the platform by demographics. So if that lead comes in the 33067 area code and Bill Levinson's the closest agent, he's going to get an email instantly in real time, and then Bill, the agent, can reach out to the prospect or email the link to your own platform for Insure Me Now Direct, and they will enroll and buy the product. So we're going to give everyone free leads as they come in based on demographics. So that's really cool. So we're going to help you drive traffic to your very own platform. Okay, so real quick, I know I'm a little long-winded and I went over my time as always, but I'm excited, as you can hear in my voice. I want to show you what are the products that are on the platform today. So as you can see, SureBridge is our leader, okay? Seth and his team have done a fabulous job of working with us and getting this platform launched. So I'm not going to steal his thunder. He's going to dive into those 8 products that you're looking at now. In the bottom left corner is our term product up to $150,000 by Fidelity Security Life. On the bottom right corner is our white collar DI product by National Guardian Life, up to $5,000 of a monthly benefit. On the top right corner, that's the Legacy Armor platform, where your consumer can literally self-enroll on the platform with you on the phone, or even if you're not on the phone, okay? They can self-enroll, you can do it with them, and again, it gives you a great opportunity to keep your name in front of that client forever if they buy something or they don't buy anything from you, okay? So again, a great opportunity. Also, we just added a new carrier, okay, A+ rated. I can't tell you the name, but think about baby food, okay? That should tell you what my head is thinking. So think baby food. We're having the new guaranteed issue whole life plus the children's whole life. They all come with our free scholarship program, and we're adding a third product, okay, by that baby food company as well. It's all coming within the month, and we have a 5th company that we're already speaking to as well. So, but with that said, SureBridge is our main carrier with the most products, and they were the first at bat here to help this dream come true. So I want to take my hat off to Seth Groff. He's going to present today, and sit back, relax, again, jot down any notes and start thinking about getting the message out. Seth, you there?
I am here.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for that warm introduction, Bill. And I'd like to thank all the agents for jumping on today's call to learn a little bit more about SureBridge and our supplemental plans. And when I'm out in the field or giving a webinar, one of the first questions that I always ask agents is, what is their primary market? Meaning, are they, primarily focused on selling life insurance? Are they primarily focused on selling health insurance in the under 65, or med subs in the over 65, or PNC? And I always get those answers, but the one answer that I never get is that I primarily focus on supplemental plans. And so as a company, we realize that, and our job is to, one, make it as easy as possible to sell these products. And that's why we partnered with Levinson and Associates and the Sell While You Sleep platform. And then number 2, we need to make it easy to understand these products and also present them to the clients. So if you're still on the fence about why you should sell ancillary products, like the critical illness, the dental, the vision, the accident plans, the hospital indemnity plans, the number one reason we always give is client retention. Chances are that your clients, whether they're a life insurance client or a PNC client or a health client, they probably have some of these plans, whether it's a vision plan, dental plan, or they need it. And it's only a matter of time before somebody goes out, talks to your client about these plans, and possibly takes them away from you, the core product that you already sold. So by having more products in sold to one client is going to help with your client retention. Also, differentiation from competitors. I'm always surprised, especially in the over 65 market, when I'm out giving these presentations and asking the questions, how many of the agents out there actually do talk to their clients about ancillary products? And it's a low percentage. I'm talking usually anywhere from 10 to 25% will actually raise their hands. And again, clients have these products. And they're purchasing them, and so they might as well purchase them from you. And again, it's just a way that you can differentiate yourself from your competitors. Then also, this is just a great way to add additional income. Now, this is just a rough estimate, okay? This is going to be on the low side of things. There's a lot of things that factor into this, like the type of product you're selling, the size of the policy that you're selling. But generally speaking, if you sell one ancillary product a week, you're going to boost your income for the year $10,000. And you might be saying, well, Seth, $10,000 isn't that much. but that's only if you sell 1 per week. Now you can start doing the math and what happens if you sell 5 per week or 10 per week. Now we're talking about a pretty significant increase in your overall income, and it's typically going to be a product that you're selling in conjunction with something else. For example, maybe you already sold them a life insurance policy, or maybe you sold them a health policy. So really it's going to enhance your income, not really come in and cannibalize what you're already doing. And then finally, your clients need these products. And that's really what I want to spend a couple of slides talking about. When you look at healthcare, it's really creating a problem for Americans and consumers. We all know that people are having to move to high deductible health plans. They have a lot more out-of-pocket costs. And so the cost of healthcare just continues to increase. And the question that I always give agents to ask is, how is your client going to pay for their out-of-pocket costs? Because the reality is they do have options, right? Maybe they just pay for it out of cash flow. Maybe they get a biweekly check. It's big enough where they just write a check for their health care and it's no big deal. But most consumers, most middle Americans, that's not going to be the case. Second, they can always take it out of savings. The problem with taking it out of savings is, number one, they probably don't have any money in savings. And then number two, even if they do have money in savings, they weren't saving it for healthcare, right? They were probably saving up for a vacation, new car, whatever the case might be. They can borrow the money. My experience is banks don't give out loans for healthcare costs, so that usually results in putting it on a credit card. High interest rates, not the best route. Fundraisers, I'm from Nebraska. I see, small town fundraisers, soup suppers, pancake feeds, etc. Some people go out there and, raise money to help pay for healthcare costs, but the reality is those always come up short. And a lot of times people don't want to do them because they don't want to go out and ask for money. And so then the final one, and really what we're talking about today, is going to be utilize the benefits from supplemental plans like a critical illness, a hospital plan, an accident plan to help pay for these out-of-pocket costs. So I know we're kind of talking a little bit different with the Sell While You Sleep platform, but these are still going to be solid concepts that you need to know in order to drive traffic to your site, or if you jump on the phone, just positioning these products. So I kind of want to talk about these as an overview, and then we'll kind of dive in to the details of the products. But when you're selling critical illness, accident, or hospital indemnity plan, a lot of these are going to be sold in conjunction with a core product, like a major med plan, or if they're over 65, a med sup or med advantage plan. If they already have that in force, it's it's not with you, it's with some other agent, no big deal. That's when you just ask the question if, they have a supplemental plan to help cover the out-of-pocket costs, such as the deductible and things of that nature. If they don't, you still have the opportunity for the sale because, even if they have their health insurance through an employer, it might be a high deductible plan and no one's talked to them about these plans. But really just educate them on the out-of-pocket costs associated with their existing plan, and then focus on their primary concern. And the question that I always give people to ask is, out of the following events, which do you think is the most likely to cause you to reach your deductible? Being diagnosed with cancer, having a heart attack, experience an accident, or having a hospital stay. And regardless, usually their response is going to fall into one of those categories. And then that's when you pivot and then focus on that particular plan. If they're young and they say, you know what, it's probably me, getting in a car wreck or something like that, great, sell them an accident plan. If they're older and they say, I'm just really worried about a heart attack or cancer, great, position them to the critical illness. If they come back and they say, well, I'm worried about, something happening and ended up in the hospital, great, go to the hospital plan. And so, that's how you position these plans, is ask the client what's, the most likelihood, and then focus on that. When we look at the dental vision and dental vision hearing plan, these can be sold. We see these being sold more on an individual basis. Sometimes they'll be sold in conjunction with a core product, but we see a lot of times these are being sold individually as well. Now, obviously, the plans we just talked about, they can be sold on an individual basis. It's just easier if you attach it to something that they already have in force, like their core plan. But really, put an emphasis on the benefits of the dental cleanings or eye exams. People that go out and get their teeth cleaned or their eyes checked just tend to live a healthier lifestyle. And also, eye exams can be a lead indicator of some diabetes, heart conditions, and things of that. So it's a good early detector for some of the chronic diseases. So always put an emphasis on a healthier lifestyle. be sure to find a provider in their area. And then finally, if they do get a dental plan or a vision plan, help them schedule that appointment immediately, because remember that cleaning is going to be available right after they get the plan in force. And if they get the vision plan, they can go see an eye doctor immediately as well. But the question that I just always tell agents to ask is, do you currently have dental insurance? They're either going to say yes or no. If they say yes, say great. What do you like about your current plan, and are you interested in exploring other options? And if they no, just say, oh, okay, well, let me show you your dental options. So it's kind of a presumptive close when you ask that question, but you would be surprised by just asking that simple question, do you currently have dental insurance, how many dental policies you're going to sell. So that's a real brief overview of, positioning supplemental plans, and really that will help you drive traffic to your sites if you focus on those core concepts and, have those conversations with your clients. So now a little about SureBridge. When I got into this, I said that, one of the things that we've realized at SureBridge is we have to make it as easy as possible for you, the agent, to talk about these plans, because if it's a long process, you're just not going to bother talking about these plans. The first thing that I always like to point out is that 90% of our submissions are issued in real time. And that means that when you submit the policy, the client signs it, you sign it, they come back and says, congratulations, you're approved in real time. Now, that number is actually a little bit higher, but, compliance always likes us to keep it low. And the other thing that I always point out is that the reason they don't get issued immediately is that either they're going to be a decline because, they have a health condition, or they already have that policy, or they've already had that policy and it has to get kicked out and see what's going on there. But the way we can issue that many in real time is that our products are either going to be guaranteed issue or simplified issue. When I say guaranteed issue, there are no health questions. So basically the only knockout questions are going to be, are they incarcerated, and are they a legal U.S. citizen? If, they are here legally and they aren't incarcerated, those guaranteed issue plans are going to get issued, no problem. When we talk about true simplified underwriting, what I'm saying is that we are only underwriting based on the questions on the application. And so there's no MIBs, there's no script check, there's no personal phone interviews. It's just, can you get through the questions on the application? And, answer them truthfully, obviously. And if the client can, boom, those policies are going to get issued. But one of the cool things about some of our products, even the simplified underwritten products, some of them actually have lower guaranteed issue amounts as well. So products are just going to be quick and easy to sell. All the applications are going to be online. Again, you can start that process through the Sell While You Sleep platform. Once you get the basic quote information, it then jumps over to the online application. But there's several different signature options. Our most popular ones are going to be our emails. And then actually we just made some enhancements to the text signature. So we got that up and working as well. And so email and text seem to be the two most popular, but there's also face-to-face, voice, and screen sharing if you like to choose those. Also, you'll see, Bill mentioned we have 8 products on the Sell While You Sleep platform. And the point of that is we just have a broad portfolio of supplemental products. And so really SureBridge can be your supplemental carrier. You don't have to contract with one company to get a CI plan and another company to get a hospital plan. With SureBridge, we're going to be able to cover all your supplemental needs. So as far as products, again, a lot of these products are going to be up on the Sell While You Sleep platform, but the ones that I would focus on and really focus on driving traffic to are going to be here on the left-hand side. So the HospitalWise, CI-Wise, and Accident Companion. And then right here, the Premier Vision and PPO Dental. If you focus on these 5 products, these are going to be the ones that consumers tend to purchase the most. And really, I think, if I was marketing products online, really the vision, the dental, and the accident plan, those are pretty simple plans for people to understand and will purchase online. The HospitalWise and CI-Wise, definitely can sell them online as well, but the plans are a little bit more complex and you might have to get involved in explaining them to the clients. You'll see that a lot of our plans are also going to be available to seniors as well. And so, again, these 3 products over here, HospitalWise, Vision, CI-Wise, and then Senior Dental, are going to be the ones that you want to focus on. But now, real briefly, I just want to jump in and talk about some of the core products that you'll be talking to your clients about and driving traffic towards. One of our most popular products is going to be our CI-Wise. And so this is going to be our critical illness plan. And so if you're familiar with critical illness, pays a lump sum upon diagnosis of a covered condition. Your big covered conditions are going to be your heart attack, cancers, and strokes. What I like to point out on this slide is, first of all, look at the wide range of issue ages, 0 to 90. We actually allow children to be primaries on this. So if a parent wants to buy this on their kid, but they don't want a policy, we do allow that. Also, look, we go all the way up to 100,000 simplified issue. So remember, simplified issue, that means no MIB, no script check, only questions on the application. Also, we have a guaranteed issue amount of 5 or 10,000. So that means that if somebody has even been diagnosed with cancer, they can still get 5,000 or 10,000 of coverage. You just need to explain to them that it only pays upon first diagnosis. So, they've already been diagnosed with that type of cancer, it's not going to pay. But if they're diagnosed with one of the other conditions, it is going to, it would pay the 5 or 10,000. So wide range of benefit amounts, and remember that guaranteed issue amount of 5 or 10,000, where the client wouldn't have to answer any health questions to get that plan in force. The only other thing I want to point out on this plan is that a lot of these products do have a $20 one-time application fee. If you're talking to the client, you might want to mention that to them. But the way that the plan works is that you start with the base policy, okay? So you can either start with what we call CancerWise Plus or HeartWise, but then you add the other riders to make the comprehensive plan. So if you start with CancerWise Plus, then you add the heart rider, and then you add the critical condition rider, then you have a comprehensive critical illness plan. That's why I'm saying that it takes a little bit more to explain it to the client. The reason we designed this plan this way is we wanted the client to have the ability to customize the plan and carve out the different conditions if they wanted to. So, for example, maybe somebody had been diagnosed with cancer and they wanted, 100,000 in case they had a heart attack. Well, you can carve out the cancer portion and just do the HeartWise. And so it just makes it more flexible. But if you add all three buckets, so to speak, the cancer, the heart, and the critical condition, then you're going to have a comprehensive critical illness plan. Here's going to be, your basic payouts. What I always point out is that, remember, it's going to pay the benefit one time in each category. If, there's a lower percentage, like 25% for the artery bypass graft, just remember they're still eligible for the other 75%. But one of the cool benefits that I always like to point out is that our critical illness actually does pay for skin cancer. It is only $250, but most other critical illness plans out there actually don't pay for that basic basal skin cancer, where with this plan they actually do. And then also I like the fact that it'll pay 25% of the benefit if they're unable to do 2 out of the 6 ADLs. So obviously this isn't a long-term care policy, but clients are concerned about how they're going to pay for those costs. And so here's a great plan for that. There's also reoccurrence riders that you can add. So you add these riders, they're diagnosed with something and the condition comes back, or excuse me, they're in remittance for 365 days, and then they're diagnosed again. It would pay 50% of the original benefit. So it can end up being a very comprehensive plan. I'm going to skip through this a little bit, but when you're talking to clients about how to position critical illness, here's a pretty good example for a client under 65. Just remember, it's always about attachment. Think of selling life insurance, right? You don't go out there and just say, hey, do you want a $500,000 life insurance policy? You go and you say, okay, how much is your mortgage? What are your debts? What's your income? How many years do you want to replace your income? You have to do a similar thing with critical illness and helping them determine how much CI they need. So the key to selling critical illness is going to be attachment. Here are going to be the knockout conditions for the critical illness. Remember that there's always going to be a timestamp. So, if they were treated or diagnosed within the past 5 years, then it would be, a decline. Otherwise, it's going to be issued. But even if they've had these conditions, remember, you can always fall back on the guaranteed issue amount. So that's a brief overview of the critical illness. Now I want to jump into the hospital plan, which is called HospitalWise. We all know that the out-of-pocket costs associated with a hospital stay can be really high. I spent 25 hours in a hospital back in 2017, and I think, my overall cost was like $19,000. I had a high deductible health plan, and, I hit that high deductible health plan immediately. So even short stays can be very expensive depending on why you are in the hospital. Again, the only things I really want to point out on this slide is, again, 0 to 90. And remember, we do children as primaries on this. The other thing I want to point out is that this plan does have a pre-existing condition clause. So for the first 6 months, there's a 6-month look back. So if they've been treated or diagnosed with the condition within 6 months prior to purchasing this plan, and then they're hospitalized during the first 6 months of the plan being enforced, just remember that that would not pay the benefit. Other than that, there is no waiting period for any of the conditions. And again, this is going to be the true simplified underwriting where there's no MIB script or personal phone interview. But the way the base policy works is you get choose your daily benefit and then also your benefit period. And, you can really customize this to make it affordable by going with these lower benefit periods. I think on that previous slide, it said the average hospital stay is 4.5 days. So, you probably don't need to offer them a 365-day benefit period. You can if they want it. It just gets a little bit more, it's costly in those situations. Also, observation benefit built in. One of the things that we found with healthcare is that doctors don't want to admit a consumer to the hospital unless they absolutely have to. And, the reason for that is because just to keep the cost down. Well, the downside of that is that a lot of hospital plans won't pay if you're just held for observation. SureBridge's will, as long as you hit that 12-hour mark, it'll pay just like they were actually admitted, which is nice. And then also a mental nervous benefit of $250, maximum of 7 days. But after you select the base benefit and then the benefit period, your next step is to select the different riders. Now, I'm just going to hit on the ones that I think you should focus on in the under 65 market. First of all, the lump sum hospital confinement rider. This is going to be popular because this is really going to help take a chunk out of their deductible if they have a high deductible health plan. Obviously, if you only have a $50 benefit and you're only confined to, 1 day, that's only $50. That's not going to get you very far paying your deductible. But if you have this first time confinement rider of $2,000, you're confined for 1 day, boom, you get $2,000 plus your daily benefit. Now you're taking a big chunk out of it. Outpatient surgery rider, again, that's going to be popular because a lot of times surgeries you're not going to get admitted, but if you do have to have surgery, outpatient surgery, it's going to pay whatever benefit you select. Skilled nursing facility rider, you can see what that is, but that's primarily sold with people 65 and older. Emergency care rider, this is going to be a popular one and one you definitely want to talk to your clients about. Basically what it does is it pays the benefit if they have to go to the emergency room for sickness or injury. And the cool thing about that rider is it's not contingent on a hospitalization. So a lot of the other HI plans out there, you have to actually be hospitalized after the emergency room visit. That's not the case with ours. But with that rider, it does have to be the emergency room. Urgent care facility, it will not pay. So make sure you're aware of that. And then ambulance rider, pretty straightforward, and outpatient diagnostic rider as well. The ambulance rider isn't real popular, but the outpatient diagnostic rider definitely is. But here's an example in the under 65 market. And obviously you have a family high deductible plan, and they're concerned that if something happens, they're going to reach that out-of-pocket maximum deductible. And here you can see we did the confinement rider. That's a lump sum if for the first time they're confined. Also maxed out the emergency care rider, a little bit of the outpatient surgery rider just to keep it cost effective. But here you can get pretty good protection on the entire family for $115, which is a lot of protection for that cost. And then again, here are going to be the knockout conditions and the timestamps, which we can get you this presentation as well so that you have that as a quick reference guide. But I always tell people, if you ask the questions on the application, it's going to walk you through it. And so, as long as you stick to the application and ask the questions, it's going to be good. The number one accident plan is going to be our accident companion plan. The reason people like this is because it's affordable and it's easy to explain. The main benefit that you want to focus on is the emergency accident benefit right here. Now, if they go to an emergency room, or with this particular plan, an urgent care facility. So accident companion, remember, will pay for emergency room or emergency room or urgent care facility. But they go to either for an accident, it's going to pay that benefit. So, they cut their finger carving a jack-o'-lantern. They have to go get stitches. Boom, $1,000. That's the main benefit that consumers like, okay? Because that's what their concern is, going to the emergency room. If it's something serious, like a car wreck, and they end up in the hospital, they'll get that lump sum payment up here of either $2,500, $5,000, $7,500, $10,000 to help pay for, that hospital visit. Otherwise, the major diagnostic test, so a kid's out playing soccer, boom, blows out their knee, has to get an MRI. They would receive that benefit. And then, since he did blow out his knee, now they have some physical therapy. Well, now he's going to get 100 times up to 5 years for each visit. So very comprehensive plan, very easy to explain, and very affordable. There's, the 4 different tiers, and you can see what the price is down there below. Tier 4, maxing it out, $28 a month, very affordable. So that's the number one accident plan that I recommend you focusing on. Premier Vision is going to be our standalone vision plan. It's going to use the iMed network. And the great thing about the iMed network is that you're going to have a lot of savings if you go in network. It's going to cover your big chains like your Targets, Lens Crafters, things of that nature. Also, there's going to be a lot of your independent optometrists as well. So very wide network in that iMed network. But basically, the way it works is it's $9 a month. And you can go get your exam immediately, and there's no copay, and then you get a $120 allowance for corrective contact lenses or frames. And so, if husband and wife, both purchase it, it's actually a $2 discount, and you can get the entire family on the plan for just $25. So very affordable, and just a great, simple, easy vision plan. Big thing is just remember it's iMed, and I can show you how to look those up. The basic dental, the PPO dental, this uses what the Carrington network is going to be the network. Pretty good range of providers there. Otherwise, your preventative, your cleanings are going to be available day one, so they can get this plan enforced today. And then tomorrow they can go out, print off their dental card online, and go get those cleanings. Your type 2, you can see, is going to have a 6-month wait, and your type 3 are going to have a 12-month wait. And then there's 2 different plans. The Premier are going to have your all type, your type 1, your type 2, and your type 3 benefits. Your basic, which is going to be a lot less expensive, doesn't cover your type 3, but you could access the Carrington network for the discounts if you have these plans. So with that, Bill, I will turn it back over to you. I just wanted to hit on those products briefly and kind of give an idea of the more popular ones to give everybody talking points to help drive traffic.
Hey, Seth, do me a favor. Can you bring up just quickly the guaranteed issue products? Do you have a second? Can you just give the overview?
Yep.
Do you have that info now, or we can set up another call with that?
Well, I can hit on it real quick. So the question was, which plans have guaranteed issues? Okay. And so when you look at this portfolio of products, here are going to be the ones that are guaranteed issue. Anything that has an accident in it, in the name, is going to be guaranteed issue. So that includes accident companion, accident direct, critical accident direct. Those are all going to be guaranteed issue. Also, this Protect Fit Plus over here is going to be guaranteed issue because you can see there, even though accident isn't in the name, it says accidental injury only. Also, any vision or dental plan is going to be guaranteed issue. Okay, so vision and dental plans are going to be guaranteed issue. And then accident disability direct, again, has accident in the name, so that's going to be guaranteed issue. Income protection, this is going to be a disability plan that would pay if they're disabled due to accident or sickness. It is a simplified issue plan, but it has a guaranteed issue amount. And so if they only want $500 of monthly benefit, it's guaranteed issue. Okay. Now, if they want more, you know, like 1,000 to, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not showing my screen, am I? There, this might make more sense.
There we go.
So again, anything with accident is going to be guaranteed issue. So down here, accident companion, critical accident direct, those are all going to be guaranteed issue. Also, Protect Fit Plus down here, accident injury only, going to be guaranteed issue. Vision dental, guaranteed issue. Accident disability, guaranteed issue. Income protection, this was the one that I was hitting on. This has a $500 a month benefit. That would be guaranteed issue. So as long as they only want $500 a month, there's no health questions. And then also
that goes for
DIY.
Yep, I'm sorry.
Go
so
ahead.
basically, CI and DI, there are guaranteed issue amounts.
That's
correct?
That's correct.
Yep.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So all of these plans up here have some form of guaranteed issue, except for HospitalWise and Metal Gap. Otherwise, the rest of them have some form of guaranteed issue that the client will qualify for. That's pretty amazing.
So, yeah, it is.
And I'm sorry, fixed indemnity direct, that one too, would have underwriting. So yeah.
So here's a chance. Just think about this as an agent. You can market your platform as straight up guaranteed issue. Okay, for our new whole life product, guaranteed issue, critical illness, disability, and accident plans, all straight up guaranteed issue. So I don't know of another platform, okay, forget direct to consumer, but anything that allows for straight guaranteed issue. Okay, that's huge. Okay, is there anything else, Seth, before we go?
Nope, that covers it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now I want to show everyone how to enroll in the platform, how to get the video set up, and then we're going to talk about a couple trainings. We're going to end right before 3 p.m. Eastern, as promised. Joe's going to take the wheel. Seth, thank you so much. Great stuff. Joe, you there?
Yep, thanks, Bill. So let me just dive into a couple ways you can drive traffic and really find prospects. What I'm showing everyone here today in this screenshot is our Agency Automator CRM platform. And so, like Bill said, we've got a lot of great resources, a lot of great products, and in my opinion, one of the easiest ways for a client to actually run a quote and sign up for coverage through your Insure Me Now direct link. So what you're looking at is the Agency Automator prospecting database. And there's two different databases here. Think of this, on a monthly basis, you can actually go in and pull down 1,000 new leads by customizing the client demographic. So there's two databases. The consumer database has just over 28 million records. The business owner database, 6.7 million records. You can actually go into the database and pick a particular state you're appointed in. You can pick the client's age. You can pick their gender, marital status, net worth, income, education level, even if they're tobacco users. This is going to pull you down 1,000 new prospects every month with name, address, phone number, email address, and all their demographic information. So if you're targeting a specific group of clientele to market the Insure Me Now direct products, including all those SureBridge products we just covered, this is a gold mine to start with. So very, very simple, very, very easy. What we've done inside of the Agency Automator platform is actually built out a pretty extensive marketing database. There's actually over 2,000 different email templates you can use, and we've just created some new ones for the Insure Me Now direct product lines. And what you're looking at in front of you now is those different drip email marketing campaigns. The idea is you're pulling a list of people that are going to be more likely to purchase one of those products, and then sending them those drip email marketing campaigns. You can even include, let's say, that video that has your custom information in it, including your website, your picture, all of your information, so they can really learn about how easy it is and all the different products, and then basically drip market on that client to drive traffic to that Insure Me Now direct website that, again, is coded directly to you as an agent. So very, very easy, very turnkey. You can use this for all the Sell While You Sleep products. We even have lightning issue term templates. We'll be adding more as new products are actually introduced into that system. So these are available today. I will send a link in today's thank you email where you can actually view these templates and kind of a guide on how to use those. We do have some awesome training on the Automator platform, but real quick here, to get started using that entire Sell While You Sleep and Insure Me Now direct platform, just go to CarrieLevinson.com under the product tab, click on Sell While You Sleep. You'll see 3 different videos there, an overview on the platform, the agent video, and the consumer video that we watched today. And then you'll see 4 easy steps on the bottom: completing carrier appointments, requesting your InsureMeNowDirect.com website. You can also request changes, and then brand new step 4 with this custom client video is actually creating and requesting that custom video. We do all the work for you behind the scenes. Very simple, very easy, and really kind of revolutionizing the way that an agent or a client can take that entire application. So very quick, very easy. Again, Automator, we have training Monday through Friday. All times are at 2 p.m. Eastern. So we dive into different parts. My favorite is Friday, where we talk about best practices webinar. That's actually going to be a deep dive into what other agents are doing to use that Automator platform, and a little more insight on how we can start to market in that online environment now that you have that direct-to-consumer platform. Real quick here at the bottom, we have an awesome annuity sales training web event, which is next week on the 6th at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then one of our local in-person meetings, which is November 12th, that's actually going to be covering top term life marketing sales events. It's a breakfast meeting co-hosted by Banner Life. They came out with an awesome 40-year term, so it opens up a lot of new doors to ladder term policies and add some term riders. So really, really great day. We'll send the link out in today's thank you email so you can actually register for that event. If you can't make it to South Florida, we're going to be live streaming it through the Levinson Facebook page, so we'll include a link to that as well. If you're not currently a fan or subscribing to any of the YouTube channels or the Facebook page, you're missing out on some key updates that we send out on a daily basis. So make sure you subscribe and you can get all those updates in real time.
Okay, good stuff, Joe. So we are just about done. So anyway, long story short, start thinking about marketing your own platform on social media. Think Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram is great. Start thinking about e-blast marketing, okay? I hope by now you have all of your clients, friends, neighbors, all in your database, at the very minimum, a name and email, and start using drip marketing techniques, using different products that are on the platform, constantly driving people back to your website or your InsureMeNow direct platform. That's how you have to think. And if you want to take it a step further, think about, I would say, real estate agencies, mortgage brokers, health insurance agents and agencies, P&C agents. You can give them their own platform. We can customize it with their name and logo, and they can send it out to all their consumers, prospects, friends, neighbors, and you, the referring agent, get full credit, just like having an agent in your downline. So there's so many different ways you can spread the word and drive people back to your site, okay? I personally invested my own dollars into this platform, okay? And it's not because we're charging everybody, it's to help you be one step ahead and to keep all these direct-to-consumer agencies away from your clients, because you are providing a platform. Not only is it as good, but it's better because it's more than one carrier and one product. So this is ultimately to help you sell more. When you sell more, we make out. It's a win-win. With that said, I'm going to end the call with this. I hope everybody learned a little something today, okay? I hope you're proactive and you have your site set up. If not, we're going to send a thank you email to everyone. We'll include the links. But I want to just tell everyone, okay, and this isn't tooting our horn or my horn, but I want to prove to everyone that whatever your idea, your concept, your dream, it's all 100% doable. Okay, this was a dream 10 years ago. We literally have gotten the door shut on our face over 100 times between technology vendors and carriers and compliance departments and VPs. I mean, the list goes on and on. I flew all over the country visiting different insurance companies, trying to convince them to be on this platform. And they loved the idea, but at the end of the day, their compliance department said, no way. How can we sell a product online direct to consumer and not have an agent involved either by phone or face-to-face? And I said, well, it's the future. In fact, if you think about it, most health insurance products now are sold this way. P&C are sold this way. Why can't insurance products be sold this way? So little by little, we had one carrier said, let's do it. Now we have 4, working on a 5th. It's a dream come true. Point behind this is whatever your dream is, too small, too big, move forward with it, because if the effort's there, your heart is in the right place, it will come to fruition. Okay, with that said, this is our Positive Tuesday quote. Also, last but not least, follow Insure Me Now Direct on Instagram, Facebook for ideas. It's up and running today. Check it out on all social media outlets. We're going to end with this: one dream plus one plan plus 100 no's equals a yes. With that said, have a great rest of the week, a good weekend, great selling, happy Halloween, and take care. Thanks again.